Hi everyone, welcome back to Nature's BS for a lovely week. Hope you've all had a wonderful time. Weather's here been absolutely lovely most of the time. But yeah, hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. How you doing, Andy?
I'm good, yeah. Busy, 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 getting rained on, but getting wet.
Nothing different then.
Nothing, no change, no change here. Looking forward to the summer when I'll be coming back and complaining about how hot it is. But
Maybe like, kind of 1 week of like, oh, it's nice weather, and then just get too hot or something like that.
yeah,
Never happy.
indeed. No, the weather's never right. The weather's never right. It's either too
It's been
hot,
really
too
nice with
cold,
me.
too windy, too wet, too dry, too. I mean, it's
It's too something. Bright orangey thing in the sky. I've had some really lovely sunny days. What was it
God, yeah.
Saturday? I was out, which was really nice. Monday, I wasn't out, and it was really nice, which was really annoying. And then what was yesterday? I think yesterday was okay. And then today's been mainly lovely. I've been out, which is really nice. So not
Ricky
too bad.
says, think I might have got a slight sunburn in my face. No!
Oh no!
You just
How hot did it get with you?
you need to be putting on that
Mm.
sunscreen, Pookie, just to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, I feel like I need to start doing it soon, but not yet. I'm only just starting to feel the warmth of the sun, so I
Yeah,
feel like it's
so I didn't
not
start
yet.
work today until 11 o'clock because of the rainstorm this morning.
Oh really?
Yeah, so the work was delayed to start. So I should start at 8, and I started at quarter to 11. I got there and I started doing work. And then it was fine for the rest of the day.
Hmm.
But like yesterday was nice. The weather was nice yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for here it started not great, but then definitely by the time it ended up and I was in work, it was really lovely, which was very painful to look out and see.
Yeah.
But oh, it's so nice. Ooh,
20-kilometer
20
walk
kilometers.
yesterday and a 25-kilometer today and a 20-kilometer bike ride. Wow, Pookie.
Staying active.
Yeah, that's great. Did you have your binoculars and your camera with you for all of that?
Mm.
That's
Yeah, hot.
65K in 2 days. That's pretty amazing.
Not bad. Because you're saying was it last Friday or something? It was like 18 degrees with you, Pookie, which is insane. Then you saw your butterflies and things.
Only
I
a
think
camera.
on Saturday it felt really hot here, and it felt like it must have been the hottest day of the year so far up here. Like it must have reached like at least double digits. Must have been like 11, 12 maybe
Well,
on your cam.
I was in a garden Tuesday. So it's yesterday,
Mhm.
isn't it? It must be Monday then, sorry.
Yeah.
It's Monday. And it's a beautiful woodland area, and it's where this lady has like her compost bins and stuff. But they're in
Mm.
a corner, and she's got this lovely woodland walk that goes through. And on either side of this path that we were relaying, which is all bark, is just snowdrops everywhere.
No,
And
that's nice.
it was a gorgeous day as well. So the sun's poking through the trees. You got all these snowdrops. I was just stood there. I should have been digging out the old bark. I was just stood there, like enjoying it.
Just photosynthesize it. Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Like I am
The
a plant
warmth.
now too.
Mhm. No, I definitely had that feeling of like, whoa, I can feel the warmth of the sun. This is
Yeah,
great, and just stand there and absorb the heat. Very
it makes a
lovely.
difference. It really does.
Definitely. Like your brain just feels so much happier and like, ah, summer-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Emily,
very nice.
what have you been up to since last Friday when we played Planet Crafter?
Ooh, quite a lot actually. Um, what was it? Friday. Yeah, so Saturday went for a really nice walk. Just wonderful weather. Went for a lovely walk. Just north of Betws, North Wales, so kind of Gwydir Forest, which is mainly plantation, but with a few native trees scattered here and there, but lovely walks, lovely views. Um, I guess some of my encounters are from last Wednesday, but I didn't talk about that because I had any of my pictures for that day. But again, a really lovely day. Some more wildlife coming in. Hi, birdie. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, birdie.
Sunday, yellow wind warning, lashing rain all day. But myself and my partner went down about an hour or so drive south for an event, which I'll talk about more um, in a second. And then I think Monday, might be Monday. Oh yeah, Monday I had to get up for like 4:30 for work, so I was just tired for the next Monday and Tuesday, which wasn't fun. So I went out for like I think like a run or and a walk and things, but nothing too big. And then today I've been out again, out volunteering with local wildlife trust and kind of doing tree guards, so kind of helping expand the temperate rainforest up the hillside, and mostly a lovely day, a bit of rain here and there. But my highlight was the entire day we had about a dozen ravens, like some in pairs, some singles, just flying around the entire day. And like just the range of sounds. You got the class like, oh, oh, and then you got like the ones that just make like just weird, cool clicking sounds. And then one sounded like what was it? It sounded like someone's phone went off. And we were like, was that you? And then we just look up and it's just a raven flying up. It's like a, it's like a kind of buzz. It was great. And just like every minute or two, just like another pair of ravens come flying past. Like, the sounds.
Yeah,
And I think I had a
such
red kite.
cool birds as well, ravens.
I love them. It's like tighten up,
Oh,
go into a dive, and kind of, they have so much fun. Um, yes. Also, so I cleaned up another raised bed in our allotment. Pruned gooseberries, blackberries, and raspberries. My daffodils and tulips have come up. Hyacinths is still playing peekaboo. Allotments
I've
must
only,
look amazing
I've
this
only
time of year.
got so I've only in my garden. I've got my crocus and this snowdrops. I can see the tulips and the hyacinths.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming through, but nothing's opened yet. So
I've seen some crocuses, or one bunch of crocuses. And what was the other one? Some other spring flower, I think, on the roadside, driving past. Um, Pookie, I didn't post any pics and encounters of the aeropack, didn't get up too much. That's okay. Whatever you got up to, we love seeing it and things. So looking forward to seeing that later on. How about you, Andy? Though, how have you been your week?
ooh,
What have you seen and been up to?
so I have. So the weather wasn't great over the weekend for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what I did on Saturday now. Honestly, I can't remember what I did on Saturday. Sunday, I woke up early and I decided I was going to get up and I was going to go and see if I can get some video of woodpeckers. Uh,
Nice.
Unfortunately, I didn't. I've got some other
Oh,
pretty cool stuff though. So more on that
that's good.
on our wildlife encounters shortly. And then I came home and I've just been decorating. So the builders
Yeah.
have finished now in the house.
Ooh.
So I've been decorating. So we did the hallway and the landing. Still got to finish the second coat, which I'll
Mm-hmm.
finish tomorrow for the first color, and then the second color will be done on Saturday. And then that means basically my hallway and landing's done, so I can go choose a carpet, which would be nice, so I'm not walking on floorboards.
Oh, exciting.
So I'll be another room finished. I'll be yes, and then yeah, the last few days I've just obviously been in gardens. I've had a few surprises in the gardens. A little bit more on that later.
Ooh.
And then obviously I've had like last week I started showing you some. I showed you a video of the foxes in the garden. So a bit more on them later as well. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
Mm. It's like, so it must have been a great Saturday if you can't remember. Oh, did you take your car in for your MOT?
That's what I did.
I
Yes,
remember
I
you
took
talking
my
about
car
that
in
on
for the
Friday's
MOT.
stream.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
did.
what a
That was
thrill.
basically my entire day. There you go.
Oh, oh, that's so
It did.
sad.
It did pass. So
Oh,
the
that's
world,
good.
the world is a good
Hooray.
place. The world is a good. That's why I can't remember because it was such a boring day.
You just wake up on Sunday, it's like, what happened yesterday? You look at your wallet, you're like, oh, phew, nothing too bad.
Only cost me 200 quid. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Instead of extra
MOT and
zero points
service.
in
It's
there.
like it's close to £300. You're like, oh my word.
Oh, yeah. Such expensive things.
Indeed, indeed it is. But yeah, I've got lots of plans for this weekend.
Ooh.
I want to go up to Sherwood and I want to challenge myself. I want to see if I can get a picture of each of the UK's native uh, woodpeckers.
That'll be
And lots
cool.
of plants for this weekend. Yes, Barnacle, I need to do lots of gardening as well. Hey,
Hi,
Barnacle.
Barnacle as well.
Uh, I really need to start getting some seed trays and stuff sorted out and get some plants growing. So I'm ready for spring, which is only a few weeks away now.
It's
And
true, less than a month.
I need to get the manure onto all my grow beds as well. So that
Busy,
won't take
busy.
me long. That won't take me long. That's like that's about an hour and a half's worth of work. So
Hmm. Nothing compared to the other gardens you've been doing. How many
eh,
trees? I remember, like each stream, you come in, it's like, I'm so tired. It's like, how many trees have you dug? It's like, too many.
my seeds order got delivered today. I might have ordered too many. No such thing, Thistle. There's no such thing as ordering too many seeds.
You're just planned for next year as well.
Yes, you have. Uh, so, how many trees have I done this? I haven't planted any trees this week.
Oh, really?
I think we're done with that now. I'm hoping we're done with that, especially
Out
when
of
it's that
tree digging
size.
season.
Well, you want to when you're planting trees, you want to do them out with their growing season.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they're dormant. So basically, from start of winter to the end of winter is a good time. Not when there's a frost on the ground, but uh, it's a good point to put them in,
Hmm.
so that when they wake up, they're not having oh my god, what's going on? It's because when you dig them up and you move them and stuff like that, when they're awake, it can put them through a lot of stress. So you don't want to do that. So hey,
Hmm.
Birdicress.
Hi, Berta. Yeah. I've done some like tree planting things, and they say like they try to organize it for you. Said like late autumn, early winter, or
Yeah,
late winter, but definitely more into like the.
yeah.
You don't want it
You
to go into spring.
don't want it to be done in spring, no.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that'll be interesting. It's also good to see that Thistle's been doing some pruning, blackberries and raspberries, fantastic. As long as you know what type of raspberries they are, Thistle, like, are they autumn fruiting raspberries or are they spring/summer fruiting raspberries? Because it depends on how
Mhm.
heavy, how hard you prune them. So if they're autumn raspberries, you cut them to the ground. If they're not, you just cut them. You take the old ones out. That's good to know, Birdie. We'll be looking at them shortly, and that might also increase our number. As you can see, you were at 234. Is that right? 234? Does that
Well,
double check? It should be 237. 237 at the moment.
just like that, another 3. Bam.
It won't, lol.
But we'll enjoy them nonetheless. Don't
Yeah.
worry, man.
I wouldn't worry, Thistle. You'll find out soon. You will find out soon. And raspberry plants aren't that expensive either, so.
Buy them at the
Eh,
shops and plant them in the ground.
and gooseberries as well. Gooseberries are lovely. I love a good gooseberry.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got one gooseberry plant. I'm tempted to buy a second.
Propagate them.
Not a lot of wild things for me. Been wild out.
From your photos, look pretty wild out on the sea over the weekend for you, Barnacle.
Gooseberry wine birdie. Oof, that sounds nice.
Crustacean keister.
Hey, Nathan. I hope your meeting went well.
Hi, Nathan.
Cool. Well, I think it's time for wildlife encounters.
Do you want to go first this week? Because I think I went first last week. Actually, I don't remember.
I'm happy to go
Anyway,
first this week.
go for it.
I'm happy to go first this week. So
Time
I
flies too
went,
much.
like I say, I got up nice and early on the morning on Sunday, and I thought to myself, I'm going to go see if I can spot some woodpeckers at a local woodland of mine. It's called Old Moor Wood. Old Moor Wood.
Oh, that's a nice
And
name.
it's kid you not, it's about a mile away. And I really like going for a walk there. It's really quiet, except for the M1. Not the the M1 is, I kid you not, about 200 meters away. So you just hear
Okay,
vroom,
I was like,
vroom, vroom,
oh,
vroom,
that's so
vroom. It's
nice
just
and peaceful.
a constant din of tires. But other than that, there's hardly ever anybody there.
It's like white
Uh,
noise.
and what's really nice about it as well is like there's a track that goes through this little woodland right down the middle, and you can tell that that's like the forestry track because that's where all the vehicles would go. And then there's off paths as well, like really unused off path, like little treks, trails around the outside, and that's where I like to go. Motorways sound like the
Off-roading.
beach. Channel your inner seaside when you listen to the din. Oh, that's a nice idea.
That's true, actually. It's like, it feels like the same freak. Oh, that's like a good mindset, like positive mindset. It's not a road, it's a beach.
Yeah. So anyway, to get
And
to
a
it, I
beach.
have to go across the M1. And there's a lovely footbridge that
Oh,
goes across the M1 for me from
oh,
Strelly
that's good.
Hall.
That's good.
And as I was walking towards this bridge, something white flashed out across in front of me. And I was
Oh,
like,
mysterious.
that's quite a small bird to be all white in the UK.
Oh my goodness.
So, can I please get my leucistic blackbird image?
You had leucistic blackbird
I
too.
had leucistic blackbird.
Oh, I had my one a few weeks ago. They are the perfect size for you. Like, they're all like, what on earth is that? My
Yeah.
brain's just, my cogs are jammed. I'm like, huh?
So there it
Like
is.
Krypton yogurt.
And what I really
Leucistic.
liked about this is the fact that it's kind of like, other than the head and the chest and its breast, like the wings were like white black, white black, white black, white black,
That's
white
really
black.
cool.
It was awesome little bird. I stood watching it for about 2-3 minutes, maybe 4 or 5. Thought you were
Hmm.
going to claim a snow bunting then for a moment.
I was
No,
thinking that for a
sorry,
second
Birder
as
Chris.
well.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no, no,
oh,
no.
we chessboard. I love that. That's really yeah, because I think the one I had a few weeks ago was like white head, but then pretty much black with like a few spots and
Yeah.
speckles of white. That's really cool.
And this was right next to the M1. So I was just wondering, like, I was thinking, like, could like its proximity to the M1, like maybe it was born in that area as well.
Hmm.
Could that have had an impact on its progression when it was born and stuff like that? And that's why it's got
Maybe
white
the one I
feathers.
saw was nestled between the main rail link and the A55, which is like basically as motorways you can get in North Wales.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a link between motorways and leucistic blackbirds. Hmm.
Cool. So that was my first one, which was quite funky. The next one, I was walking down, so across the M1, you have to take a left through a little gate. And then you're walking down, you've got a field on both sides, but on the right hand side there's a nice big hedgerow.
Hmm.
And as I'm walking down, a bunch of redwings fly out. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Lovely.
And then I walk another 2 or 3 meters and out pops the next bird. And it was a sparrowhawk. So I
Oh.
can get the sparrowhawk image up, please. Now, it's not the best picture in the world because it was in the sky. It took me a while to focus on it, and it's now just a little black thing. It's a
It's a
little
nitpick.
black dot. But it's a nitpick, yeah. But I got a sparrowhawk. That's actually my first ever picture of a sparrowhawk.
No, really.
Yeah.
It is a good photo compared to other ones, which just like they zoom by and you just have no chance. So you can tell it's a sparrowhawk. So I think it's a good photo. Actually, that means it won't be a nitpick. You have to like really question it. That's very cool though.
Cool. So carrying on, we'll move to me being in the trees now.
I'm just picturing you like up a tree now.
Yeah, up a tree, and I was just stood. I was off the main path on one of the side trails, and I just stopped. And about 50 meters behind me is a like a fishing pond.
Mm.
So like one of the fisheries has put a water feature in, and there's like people there fishing away, and like I say, it's really peaceful. Other than the cardin, and suddenly the birds just start singing. So if you're going to a woodland and you can't hear anything, the biggest tip I can give you is just stop, wait, and listen. Don't say anything. Don't move. Don't do anything like that. Just literally just be patient. And basically what's happening, because if you moving through, the birds have got a little bit spooked and they go and they hide. So you've got to
Mm.
take a bit of time and let them come back out again and get used to your presence.
Mm.
And suddenly around me, I've got so many birds. It's amazing. The only one I managed to get a picture of is this one, and it's a tree creeper. So
Good
we can get
bird
the
though.
tree creeper up, please. But the other ones I had redwing around me, I had robins, I had coal tits, blue tits, great tits. So this is a new one for our list because the only tree creeper we
Mm.
had on was the short-toed tree creeper, which we
Oh
don't get on
yeah.
mainland UK. That was posted by Pookie a couple of weeks ago. This is just a tree creeper.
There we go.
I had long-tail tits around me as well. It was just lovely just listening to them all singing
Mm.
and flitting amongst the trees.
I do love watching them. Kind of scuttle up and fly down and scuttle up.
Short-toed.
Short toad in a tree
and
creeper costume.
and then while I was there, again, I carried on walking. I kept walking around, and I kept hearing song thrush, and I got a great view of a song thrush. So I can get that image up, please.
Oh, lovely. Aw.
Such lovely birds.
Mm.
And again, you can tell it's a song thrush because of the upside down hearts on its breast. Those little speckles look like upside down hearts. It is very round looking. What I found really interesting though, so this was on the main path, the one that goes down the middle, and there's a couple of people walking by at this point,
Mm.
and I'm just stood there, and I've got my camera on my tripod, and I'm got my camera focused on it, and people are saying hi to me as they're walking past, and nobody stops. Nobody's even thinking about the birds until suddenly they see somebody with a camera focused on it, and they all just stop, look over, and they go, "What have you
Where are you?
spotted?" A
Yeah.
song thrush just there. Oh, is that what's singing?
Yeah, I remember having one of those moments at RSPBCon. It was an early summer, and it's an RSPB site, so it's like mainly for the birds. But I'd found some longhorn moths, like on top of a bush, and I was picking people. Like we're walking past, not even noticing, but they are small, so it makes sense. But as soon as I got my camera, anyone was like, "What do you see? What do you see? We're looking over there." And
Yeah.
get your
Same.
interest.
You can do the same with a pair of binoculars. You can just look at a bush,
That's true.
and people be like, "What have you spotted?"
There's a really cool leaf up there. Whoa.
Yeah. Very very cool. There we go. It's a cool way to show people. It is. You're right, Barnacle.
Yeah.
I I did it a couple of years ago. Actually, I did it with. I had my uh, phone scoped through my like my scope,
Mm.
and I had it sat. I was in a hide, and that was all set up, and I was focused on an osprey. And I was sat there, and I had two of the wardens around me looking at it,
Mm.
and a couple of other people. I'm like, oh my god, that's phenomenal! Like the view you can get just from that equipment is just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get good views.
Sorry, it's a robin. Yeah, tourists came to me at work saying I opened their eyes to the wee wildlifes around after I met them at the weekend. That is very cool, Barnacle.
You must have felt so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, when I was on Rathlin and you like come down and you're just talking about things and it's just like people like us who just love wildlife and we love talking to people and like showing them how cool the wildlife is. And in the end, like, oh, thank you so much. I like never would have noticed that. And you're just like, oh yes, a person like one extra person just appreciates
Yeah.
wildlife that bit
Just
more
just
now because of me.
just open their eyes a little bit.
Mm.
Like I find it quite funny. So there's all those memes out there of like if you ever go on a car journey with a birder, and like say, oh that's this, that's this, that's this, that's this, that's this.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I've just seen a, and that's what I'm like.
yeah, like buzzing.
So
I was like,
yeah,
oh.
buzzard, red kite. Oh, kestrel in the tree. Oh,
It's like
there's a
where it's
field
behind us now. I was
fair.
like, oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And like, and the people I work with, they're like, you know, they've started doing it as well. Oh, I wonder what that bird is. I wonder. Oh, I wish Andy was here to tell us what that is.
Oh, that's great. You go off the road. Buzzard.
Well, my mum always says, "Stop bird watching. You're meant to be driving. Focus on the road." I find it
Yeah,
easier to engage
yeah,
with children. They're curious and up for adventures. You're right, Thistle. Very much so.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like one of my favorite memories. My partner when we're on Rathlin, like one of the kids is like, "Oh my god, look at all those penguins!" And it's like just guillemots and razors and things on the stacks, and it's like, oh, what was it? I was like, what comes out of the eggs? And I always see all the eggs. Like, what do you think comes out of there? It's like dinosaurs. Like, and then just like they're just so curious, and then you tell them what, and it's like, whoa, yeah. Kids are
Yeah.
they're either the most interested or they just do not want to be there 110%. They'd rather be anywhere else. I think there's just no in between.
You try to get
I
them to
think
use Merlin, Pookie. That's a good idea, actually. I think Merlin's a fantastic app. I was chatting about that app with one of my
that's
colleagues
true.
today, actually.
Hmm.
Cool. Right. Anyway, moving on. I have my first reptiles slash amphibians. My first amphibians.
Ooh,
I'll be specific.
exciting.
First amphibians of the year.
Oh.
They've started moving again. Can I please get my common frog image?
The frog.
So these are in people's
Oh, it's a
gardens,
round frog.
and I kid you not, these things are massive. Did I tell you guys about the 10-year-old I met in Belfast who was telling all the adults how to ID gulls? I just thought you should get her on the stream to teach Andy. Yes, yes, Birdie, you should get her details and we should get her on the thing. So anyway,
That'd be great.
she can definitely teach me how to ID gulls. That'd be fantastic. Looks like it swallowed a song thrush. So I think this is a female, and I think that's all the spawn inside her.
Yeah, I would say the same. It's about to burst.
It was. Oh, you're right, Birdie. You can't, but you know what I mean.
I'll say parents slash guardians.
Yes.
Oh, I just love how round that frog is. It just looks so content. Like it's just like a really big mirror. So like, I am
Honestly,
happily
it
alive
was
in the
just
sun.
as you can see, it's on the path. It's just like plump, plump, plump.
Just tries to jump, just like rolls forwards like half, and it's like.
It's cool. Right. Next one. Can I please get the toad?
First one is a weird texture, very gelatinous.
So we have a common frog.
No.
We have a toad. Now this one was quite funny. So we were we're planting up a garden, and one of my colleagues, she was digging out another plant to move it somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
and she dug it out, and the spade was left on the ground, and she didn't move. Okay, she lifted the plant, she twisted around a little bit, put it down to her left, turned back around to pick up the spade, and this toad is sat on the spade.
My spade now.
And she just went, ah!
Ow.
Because the toad just looking at her straight in the face. Oh, it was so funny. So I picked it up and moved it over to the corner of the garden so it was a bit safer. So there we go. So there's a common toad. And then can I get the third picture, please?
Oh my gosh, you're on a roll.
I am. This is also in the same garden with the toad. Completely different amphibian, though. You'll be able to notice it's a completely different amphibian. Now, I think it's a frog, but it didn't move like a frog, it moved like a toad.
And my stream is not loading. Not now. That's a frog. It has
It
the
is a
nice
frog, isn't it?
dark eye mask.
Yeah.
That's it. Obviously, very long legs. Went to frog school. It could
Again,
be whoever they want to be.
it was quite chunky. Again, I expect this is a female.
Very lovely color. Also, like
Yeah.
sulfury yellowy green.
I love the V on the eye, like from the nose right through. It's very cool.
Yeah, like light highlighting nicely.
Yeah, just a common frog, says Nathan Macro.
It's not just a
common frog.
It's like, yes, that's a common frog. Yes.
Common frog. This was the first one. This is the first amphibian I saw this year. This very one.
That's very cool. I had an amphibian as well this week. So.
Yeah. So I've been very happy with my garden sightings this year. It's been great. And finally, I have an image for us to guess what it is.
Ooh, a game.
Okay, so please bring up unknown.
Unknown.
Now.
I'm saying frog.
It's a silhouette.
Toad frog.
Move like a frog. You've got to fly like an eagle, prowl like a lion in Africa, leap like a salmon home from the sea. To keep up with me, you've got to walk like a panther tonight. Oh, what song's that? Three-toed branch burb. Yes. Nathan's saying a kestrel. Okay, kestrel. Say it's bigger than a kestrel, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm trying to get any colouring on the back.
There's no
like
colouring on it at all. Barnacle's saying white-tailed eagle. It wasn't that big. It's not as big as a golden eagle, no. Tony Christie, cool. Birdie's saying buzzard. Thistle saying buzzard. That's a bigger. That's bigger. Nathan's saying goshawk.
Do you know the answer, or are you?
I do know the answer. Yeah.
Okay. Not just toying with us. I'm trying to work it out. I'm bad with general ID. I'm just going to say bird. Final answer.
Bird. Female spork. Female sparrowhawk. So it's about the size of a buzzard. Okay, Nick. It's like if Andy doesn't know the answer, we are not guessing.
Not playing these games.
Sparrowhawk you took a picture of. No, it's not. It's not that.
Marshall Eagle. Oh my gosh.
Hen harrier. It's not a hen harrier.
It's the sparrowhawk that you took a picture of. Yeah, it's just trick question.
So, when I first saw it, I was like, it can't be. It can't be.
Oh.
Because this is in Old Moorwood as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was desperate for it to be a goshawk.
I'd love to.
Desperate. But it's not a goshawk, unfortunately. It is a buzzard.
Ah.
I'm afraid it's just a buzzard. Just a buzzard.
You played with us.
I did.
I mean, it's not just a buzzard.
It's not
Yay,
just a buzzard.
buzzard. We love buzzards. I thought the
But
bark was
yeah,
like
so
super tiny.
the reason I brought the picture up is because the legs, like you can see the legs and feet quite clearly here, and like
Hmm.
gave me the impression when I looked at the picture closely that it was a goshawk. But it's not. It is a buzzard. It did not have the colouring of a goshawk any which way, shape, or form. So,
Goshawk
so
in
there we go.
disguise.
Common or garden buzzard, says Barnacle. Yeah. So I wanted to focus
Wooden.
on the buzzard this week because we
Hmm.
see a lot of them, and there can be a bird that we overlook because we see a lot of them flying in the sky.
You see it. Oh, it's just a buzzard.
Yeah, and it's just a buzzard. Okay, so this familiar bird of prey is often seen perched on roadside fence posts or trees, or in soaring flight over open countryside. Our buzzard population has shown a remarkable recovery since a low point in the middle of the 1900s, and the species may be encountered almost anywhere across Britain in the eastern half of Ireland, with the exception of urban areas and our highest peaks. Buzzards are rather Catholic in their diet, favouring whatever prey happens to be locally abundant. In addition to rabbits and small mammals, they also take birds, amphibians, larger insects, and earthworms, the latter highlighting the willingness to forage on the ground. Love seeing them on the telegraph poles on my drive to work. Yeah, I'm the same, Birdie. We have
Yeah, I
one.
love them.
So there's a roundabout on the A52 A46 junction. Okay, and there's one that we've nicknamed Belinda the buzzard. Okay, and she sits there almost every single day I drive by,
Just waiting for you.
just waiting to say hi to me. And she just like,
I know it's probably like and Butter Chris shares the passion for buzzards. It's not just a
Yes,
buzzard.
it's not just a buzzard.
It's an
Cool.
everyday
So,
buzzard.
population size 63,000 pairs in 2016.
Not a buzzard.
Now,
Buzzing.
I remember being a kid and the kestrel being the most common raptor in the UK
Really?
in the
Huh.
1980s. Now it is very much the buzzard.
Hmm.
So there you go. And when it says high, not really seen on our highest peaks, I went up to the Quairing and Skye, which is quite high up, and there was
Mhm.
buzzards everywhere flying around. So
I
there
mean,
we
it has to
go.
be the highest because some really just don't like specific high mountains.
Yeah. So number of broods is 1. Egg size 60 grams.
Ooh,
That's not a light egg.
that's a chunky egg.
That's 55 by 44 millimeters.
That's
Uh,
pretty
cl-
sizable.
clutch size is 2 to 3. Incubation period is 34 days, which is performed by the female, occasionally the male.
If they feel like it.
Yeah, if they feel like it.
They're particularly kind. 60-gram egg.
Fledging
Oof.
fledging period is 44 to 55 days.
Oh, wow, that's quite long.
Okay. Survival and longevity. So, typical lifespan is 12 years with breeding at 3. What do we
Okay.
think the maximum age from ringing for a buzzard is in the UK? To let you know, it was set in 2016.
Okay. I don't know how that'll make anything easier, but that's 12.
This
Also,
will
for
say
Australia,
35.
35. I'm thinking a bit less. I'm thinking 29. Oh, okay, Barnacle 30. Yeah, 29 years. I'm going to say it partied hard before its birthday. So I'm going 29 years, 11 months, and 27 days.
Yeah, Birdie, that it was 12 years was the average.
12 years. How like Pookie's come onto Blender thinks, oh, it's just Andy. Waiting for the cars to go. I was like, oh, it's just Andy. And this was saying got 3 buzzards near our home of a farm and it's also high. Love
The
seeing
Barnacle
buzzards.
said 30 years and 12 days. Nathan said
Probably.
30 years and 13 days.
Nathan. You're not competitive, are you, Nathan?
Birdie said 22.7832.
I'm gonna cheat you. Yeah, so
If you said
between mine
24.
and Nathan's,
Yeah.
Barnacle only has a 16-day window.
Birdicrest said 18 years. Cool. So
That was for Bruce.
it's 30 years. So,
Oh!
so Nathan and
Oh,
Barnacle
no.
are pretty close.
Fingers crossed.
Barnacle, it's 30 years,
Oh.
5 months, and 21
Ah.
days.
Well done, Nathan.
Nathan is the closest. 30 years, though, is quite a long time.
That is long. Well done,
It's
Buzzard.
30 and a half years is a long time. There we go.
Well done to them.
Okay, and in Gaelic. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna
Prayers
put
up,
it in.
Arthur.
I'm gonna put it in chat, and then I'm just gonna
Hey, you'll
pronounce
defend
it as
yourself.
it looks. It's
Rip the band-aid off.
Clamhan.
Clam hand.
One day before or after, so it was close, lol. Yeah, so Clamhan. Clamhan.
Oh, do you think now next time everyone's going to like wait for the first person to answer, then just go like one day either side of the person who just responded? Clammy hands. That is actually what it translates to. Clammy hands.
I doubt that very
That poor
much.
buzzard's been done dirty if it's been named.
Yes.
Oh my god! Look, it's a clammy hands.
Its folk
Like more like
name is
it was
Puttock.
like ringing. Oh,
I don't know
oh,
why its
that's a
folk
fun
name's
name.
Puttock.
Let me try and look that up quickly.
And then in Dutch, it's this. It looks like Buzzard.
It's a bewizard.
Buzzard.
Bewizard.
In Irish, it's Clamhain. 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 Clamhan.
Welsh is
Clamhain.
Bunkach.
Buncath. Yeah, Buncath.
Okay.
It's
How do you
funny. A dove
spell
is
the
Calman.
does count? Huh.
So there we go. The lovely buzzard. Puttock means a greedy person. Oh, I didn't know that, Birder Chris. That's
Ah,
good to know.
thank you, Birdicris.
They are
Poor
quite
buzzard.
greedy. They do just keep eating.
Opportunistic, I like to call them.
Hmm.
I do love folklore names and all the different origins and cultural names.
Buttock means big butt. Oh, I'm off to Abberton Reservoir on Sunday. There's currently 25 lifers there for me, so hoping some of them stick around a bit longer. I also got a
Crikey.
new lens, a 1-400, which I can't wait to try out. I think all but one will be a new for the species list too. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh. That'd be very exciting. Best of luck with that.
100 to 400 millimeter lens as well. Amazing. Have you got an extender on it too, to like a 1.2 or a 1.4 or a 2 times extender? So you could turn that 400 mil into 800 mil.
Bam. Yeah, I need to save up for an extender. That'd be good.
1.4 teleconverter.
Nathan's in here.
Nice. Yes. Brilliant.
I need to save up one of them. Yeah, next week it's gonna be like myself and Andy's and Nathan's. The Discord's gonna be great.
My camera's a 2 times crop frame too and has a 2 times digital teleconverter. Nice. That's brilliant.
Ooh.
That's why you get such good photographs then, Nathan.
Unstoppable. You got a telescope by the looks of things then. Use the full zoom with a teleconverter. Buddy put a meme / joke. I don't know, I'm old in Discord. Related to animals being done bad with names. There's got to be a whole like long list of. Oh, what was it? I was looking into long-tailed tits, and all their like folklore names, and one of them is Bumtowel. Like they just got the name Bumtowel, which over like they've been done dirty with that one. Such beautiful, cute birds. Oh, that's a Bumtowel. 2,240 unit equivalent. Oh my gosh.
I hate to think
That's
what my. I can't remember what our camera goes
crikey.
to. Can't remember what the P950 goes to. It says
I'm looking up
2,000 on the side, Pookie, but I'm 100% sure it goes further than that. Because 2,000 is the standard, and then you can push past that. So it's 2,000
Birdie, I hope you have a good tripod.
to the moon. So it's 2,000 millimeters, and then times 4. You
Whoa.
probably can't see that. So it's up at the top here.
Oh my gosh, there's an atom in the middle.
So
Oh yeah, it's the digital crop.
yeah,
Sorry.
so that's
Digital
the
zoom.
digital zoom.
Wow.
To the moon. But you don't want to use that if you can help it. You're right, Pookie. You do not want to use it. I kind of use that to get in really close on stuff if I want to try and ID it more than take a photograph of it. Because I find that if you're at full zoom and this thing's still tiny, there's no point in taking a picture. So
Yeah. Very exciting.
but it's always good. Anyway, and shall we move on to my 3 videos just to finish off?
Go for it. Oh, Nathan doesn't have a tripod, lol. But I won't be using it at that much soon.
Yeah,
Speaking, did you watch the
what I will say
first?
when you're at that kind of zoom is the slightest bit of movement, you lose your target.
Hold your breath, like.
Yeah. Right, can I get video 1 up, please? Did anyone watch the planets align yesterday or the day before? I didn't, unfortunately. So here we go. So here's a fox.
Oh, lovely.
So I've since seen this fox, and it's got a limp now. It's not stepping on its
Oh
back
no.
right leg.
Oh, poor thing.
So I don't know what's happened. But what does it say? What does the fox say? If you haven't heard that song, I recommend it. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Blast from the past. Yeah.
Uh, so here we go. On to number 2, please. This is down at the bottom of my garden. Down at the bottom of the garden. Now you can distinctly see a difference between this fox and the previous fox.
Oh yeah, like the tail's different.
So you'll notice the tail has like a bend in the end, pointing down.
Like a kink tail, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the male, and the other one's a female. And look at the size of it as well. It's much larger.
Chunky. Say -3. My goodness. Nippy?
You can't just throw in a couple of Poddington Peas lyrics without singing the whole thing. You know,
Uh-oh.
Barnacle, you know.
That's
Down
gonna be
at the
another
bottom
channel
of the
point redemption.
garden, amongst the birds and the bees,
Just the entire
lives a
song
lot
now.
of little people called the Poddington Peas. There we go. That's as much as you're getting. Right. And the 3rd video, please.
Auntie lives in the North Pole. He's Santa. It's a Bop and Nibby, I remember.
And here it is in the afternoon. It's like almost 4 o'clock, and it's wandering around. Do 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 do.
Aw.
So what I'm going to do? So I've got the chip here. So this is the memory card I put in my camera trap. So at the weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move because they're coming in. And I'm not always capturing them entering. I'm just getting like because you put a delay on the camera starting from the motion happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've passed normally, so I'm going to move the camera further up the garden. because I want to try and capture what they're doing
Yeah.
and how far into the garden are they going. So right in the middle of my garden, I have a crabapple tree. So I'm going to attach it to the crabapple tree and see, and looking down the garden at my allotment area. So hopefully next week we'll be able to see what they're getting up to,
Mm,
or how far up the garden they go. Because if they go further up the garden, I will then move the camera further up the garden and see what's going on.
that'd be nice. You seeing like their patterns and routines and things like that.
Yeah. So there we go. The foxes are still coming in. They're in,
Yeah.
I think, every night. So
No foxlets yet.
no little cubs yet.
Soon.
It's a bit early, to be fair.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, there was mating in January, so
Okay, so what's the gestation period of a fox?
that is a good question. Are you looking that up?
I am.
If anybody knows in
What's my
chat,
suggestion?
30 years and 12 days is Barnacle.
It's actually 30 years and 11 days. Oh, no. Between 49 and 58 days. Typically 52 days, about 7.5 weeks.
Okay.
Nathan. Nathan's playing at the end. Yeah,
Cool.
Nathan
So
was closer. So
a couple of months, a month and a half, 2 months.
yeah.
So we're looking at end of March, April. So you want to listen to
break.
you want to listen to what the fox says. It's an interesting track, Birdie. It's an interesting track. Anyway, moving on. What
What did you miss? Ooh. A few more videos. I can't remember which one it was.
Humans would never cope with having a baby in 2 months. You're right, Barnacle. They would not. It's so good I knew it, but it's been a while. Yes, Birdie. I remember. So I used to work for a well known gaming company, and I was sat in the office one day, and one of my co-workers, Rob, just sent me a link over chat, and it said, "Watch this," and it was a video link for that song. What does the fox say? And I put it on, and I was rolling around on the floor in laughter. Okay, just in the middle of the office, people looking at me, going, "What on earth?"
Working hard, I see.
He used to send me lots of really good stuff. Like I think the funniest thing he ever sent me was the Amazon reviews for sugar-free gummy bears.
That's so specific.
Because and I don't know why this happened. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, but apparently sugar-free gummy bears give you sorry, GD6 is delayed. No, sugar-free gummy bears gives you well, they act like laxatives apparently.
Oh no.
So it was just stories of like people and saying, "Oh, this can't be true." So they get some bags and they're taking mouthfuls like it's the biggest mistake I ever made, and describing what happens to their insides. Honestly, you're reading it and you're just like, "Oh my word."
This was like, I need to watch it. Send the link in Discord.
There you go, Bird Chris knows. The two best sets of reviews on Amazon, sugar-free gummies and Bic for her. Yeah.
Well,
So
there you
good.
go.
So good. Anyway, enough of that. Shall we move on to your wildlife encounters?
Yes, on a completely different idea.
Can reciting reviews be a channel point redemption, please?
Oh no.
I think I think that would be really funny. I'm not
It'd be
sure
really
it'd
funny for
fit. I'm
just like 5 people here.
Please.
We'll make it like 1,000,000 channel points.
I'd quite happily read them out.
Just
Try
not
and keep
whilst
us.
people eating dinner, Andy.
You've got to try and keep a straight face while you're doing it, though.
Oh no.
Oh,
You can
anyway.
help us by reaching affiliates. Promise your friends
Yeah. We're 2 followers away,
that.
folks. 2 followers away. We want to have those 50 followers before the end of March. The last Wednesday of March will be our 1-year anniversary.
Big
So
party.
big party, yeah. And we have some big news coming up pretty soon as well. We're going to share with you. So 24-hour stream when, says Birdie.
Put your bird feeder cam on.
Well, to be fair, I am wanting to put the bird feeder cam on over spring and summer. So
24-hour stream will.
ain't no party like a nature BS party. Yeah, Birder Chris.
Just you wait.
That's
so
my
on my
thing, also.
Uh-oh.
Birdie, what I'll say is you get a lot more on your feeders than I get on mine. So yeah, I agree with you as well, Birdie. I think it'll be cool. What we should do is we should do like a stream partnership, and we have your cams and my cams going at the same time. People can flick between the two, like the collaborative streams with friends. That'd be pretty cool to do.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
That'd be
really
cool.
funky.
That'd be a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. Double the
Oh,
feeders.
the bird feeders, yeah.
True. You can like bet with channel points. He's going to see like this type of bird or something. Which was the first bird feeder cam on the interwebs?
That's
I
a
have no
good
idea, actually.
question, Chris. That is a very good question. There's so many good ones out there, though, isn't there?
Hmm.
You know, some of the RSPB ones are fantastic. Oh, you'd be up for that. Awesome, Birdie. We'll have to have a chat about that soon then.
That'd be cool.
Because I watch the Loch of the Lows Osprey cam every year. And then there's some fantastic RSPB ones, like the Loch Garten one's really good. I enjoy watching that. They get crested tits and stuff on there, which is like
That's
a bird
cool.
I'd love to see. And then there's Wildlife Kate. She has a fantastic website where you can go and watch hers. She does like loads of really good friendly nature gardening and stuff, and she's got like a little woodland area and stuff that she's set up, a wildlife haven, which is just brilliant to see. And she was on Springwatch a few years ago because she managed to get cameras inside a badger
Oh, I think I remember that.
set.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've ever had cameras inside a badger set watching the birth of badgers,
That's really cool.
which is just phenomenal.
And some of the bird webcams that loaded one still image every 2 minutes. How times have changed.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
interactivity.
I'm the same, Birdie. All I've got is I've got an old iPhone hooked up like to the internet and stuff, and it's an iPhone camera that's just recording it and just streaming it straight to Twitch. That's all I have at the moment is my setup, and I want to get like cameras dotted around the garden and in different areas, looking at different things. Yeah, exactly the same. And yes, Murder
California birds.
Chris, California Burbs. They have a
They have a very
fantastic
good
setup,
setup.
actually. Very good
Yeah.
setup. I love watching their stuff. I think like just seeing I'm phoneless on a Sunday. Like I say, I've got my old iPhone 6S that does it for me. So I don't mind that one getting wet either. So
Put in a Ziploc bag.
there we go. Anyway, moving on. Shall we get on to your wildlife encounters?
Yes. Yeah. I really want to go back to. Oh, you just have a follower. Oh my goodness. David off 842. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
That's just on
yeah, I was
49. We're one away, folks. One away.
get your friends. I want to go back to, I think it was Thistle's comment about the planet lineup and briefly say that currently, if you do go out at night, just after sunset, there is a nice lineup of the planets. So you can see Mars, Jupiter, Venus. I think Mercury and Saturn are just like right at the horizon. Chris, no. um, just at the horizon, so you have to look into the horizon, like the glow of the horizon there. But it's a very lovely view. All the planets out there, apart from Pluto, which isn't a planet, but we still love them. They're still a morning sky thing, but is a very nice sight. As the weather seems to be a bit better recently, go outside and appreciate the night sky. Yes, I'll start my encounters with not the best news. I'll go to my fire damage photo. Um, Birdie will go for this point. We do love Pluto as a planet. It's an honorary planet. But yes, I saw my fire damage. This was last week. Sadly, one of the reserves which I worked on and volunteer now did have some fire damage, which is really sad. It neighbors onto kind of like more upland area, and the farmer had the very bad idea of burning off the heather for their sheep grazing at a very poor time in very poor weather conditions without notifying anyone. And then it spread, unsurprisingly, much further than he was anticipating. And I think it was 4 fire engines um, trying to tackle it, and they said they had it under control. But then we came up the next day, and a few several hundred square meters had completely burnt off like this, which is very sad. The main thing for the site is reptiles. So we have plenty of lizards, slowworms, grass snakes, and adders at the site. So we haven't been seeing any reptiles at that site yet. So hopefully the damage isn't that bad in terms of animal, like reptiles, because most will still be in hibernation. So hopefully buried deep enough to stay away from the frost, and hopefully as well the fire, which seems to spread pretty quickly because it is just like dried grass, bramble, gorse, and heather, so it shouldn't stick around for too long. But still very sad, but it could be a lot worse. So one of the volunteers and friends I was chatting to, he was saying when he was down in, I think it was Dorset, they had a fire that started in, it's like May, June, and they had to pick up like hundreds of dead or dying reptiles, which just sounds awful. So we didn't see any sign of that. So fingers crossed. It's not the end of the world, but it's still terrible. But yes, little story there. But later that day, it's not so bad. Auto now guided to the countryside. At least it was accidental. Um, it was Bordel. It was just straight up incompetent, but I won't go into all of that. Yeah, very strong winds. It was started as the sun was setting, didn't inform us, our neighbouring landowner, or the fire brigade about that happened, and wasted an entire evening of 4 full fire engines and the crews. So, anyway, later I saw a foxmoth caterpillar. Yay! Let's go to my foxmoth caterpillar, please. Yes, it was very careless. But later, it was a nice sunny day, and did see my first caterpillar view, which is a lovely foxmoth caterpillar. I just really love seeing caterpillars again. I realized it had been ages since I'd seen them. So do keep an eye out for your caterpillars. What does the caterpillar say? Not much, to be honest. They seem pretty quiet. But I didn't ask, actually, so Yeah, I do love a fox moth. Um, very common in upland areas. What is their food plant? Fox moth food plant. Heather's bilberry and creeping willow. Moors and okay, yeah. So they can be in bramble as well. It's like moors and heathlands, but also kind of like scrubby areas. Pretty common moth, but I love seeing the caterpillars in this time of year. Very common upland area, so very lovely. Comfy mattress. It does look very comfy. Nice, all good dried grass. So food plants just foxes. They just feed on them over the winter.
Looks so fuzzy.
They are really fuzzy. I almost stood in them. I was like, "Oh my gosh, a caterpillar!" And yeah, just tiny fuzzy things, and it made me very happy. I do love caterpillars and signs of spring. For my next sign of spring, I should go into my frog spawn. So Andy had the frog and the toad, and now I got the frog spawn. So we got the full. Just need toad spawn now, but I did see the frog, but as it was jumping slash swimming away, so I didn't get a picture. But got to see the frog spawn, which is very nice. My first frog spawn of the year. I forgot to take a pic, but found a green caterpillar sheltering under a mussel shell in the garden. That's very cool. I don't think what it could be this time of year. I cannot remember. Moss and the things are perfect. Like it's a year since I see them most of the time, so it's a perfect amount of time for me to forget. Bright line brown eye. That yes, that would make sense actually. Like in a greeny color. But yes, I love seeing this frog spawn. It's a very borderline pond. It's like it's just a depression which collects some water. It was really nice seeing some frog spawn. And I forgot to talk about it, but does anyone know Pond Dip on Twitter? I don't know if they're on Boost or anything else, but I'll put them in the chat there. But they're a great account which tracks the like spawning season of frogs and toads and newts and things, but I think mainly frogs, frog spawn. And they have these great like visualizations and like time lapses. So it goes from like beginning of December all the way through to now. And kind of they update it every time or like every few days of like where the frog spawn has been seen across the UK. So like you see it start from like the Channel Islands going up into like southern England and then across Wales into Scotland. Very nice account, very satisfying to watch, and you can put in your sightings, when you've seen it, where you see it, what you've seen, and then it can add little like data visualizations and all the different like data points I have. So it's very cool. I thought it was nice.
And is your frog spawn on this?
My frogs one is on this, yes. So if you look at any of the time lapses, which include 19th of February, there is a tiny dot. Why is not a dot in northwest Wales, which is just southeast of the Llyn Peninsula. It's like south of Anglesey and a bit more. That is my frog spawn. But it's very cool just seeing everyone put their thing up and it's like spreads over the course of even just a week. There's like one, like the first one in Cornwall going up to the first in Scotland. That it's very satisfying just to watch that kind of.
That's very cool. I'll have a look in the ponds that I see, then see if I can spot them, and then I can send it to. Please contribute or retweet link there. That's cool. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's like cool, like citizen science, like cool data
Yeah.
visualizations. Very cool things they do. But yes, a nice sign of spring. Seeing frog spawn was very, very happy to see them. So a frog and frog spawn. I'll go on to my honeybee. I started seeing bees, which has been really exciting. Guy I met last week had frog spawning the exact same day in his garden 2 years running. That's very cool. That's very cool. I think at the site where we saw the frog spawn last Wednesday, I think it's like within that kind of week. It's like that's the usual week for them to spawn. But same day too. That's very cool. Yes, it's on Saturday. Went on a nice walk. Very lovely weather. Very hot, comparatively. Nice and sunny. And actually saw some honeybees, which was really nice. It was very weird hearing the buzz of bees. I'm like, oh my goodness, It's summer again. 12th of February. That's very cool. So I had a few honeybees flying, which was really nice. It is on the snowdrop, so yes, along the side of the path, a little clump of snowdrops outside of someone's house, and like a dozen honeybees flying around. And then me on my hands and knees with my phone, I was like, sit still, sit still. So just trying to get a picture. So there's about 20 other pictures of not a bee, but this one has a bee. So happy with that. Also saw my first bumblebee. What was it? Yesterday. I was walking to work into the big, big fuzzy bumble, she looked like a queen from the size of her.
It
But that
will
was
be.
very nice to see.
Yeah, it's that time of year again
Couple of
now,
them.
and you can tell it's over 10 degrees too, because that's when they start coming out of hibernation. So
Okay. It probably would have been about 10, just over 10. So
yeah.
there you go.
It's
Hmm.
also, if you remember when we talked about snowdrops, it's also when snowdrops petals open.
Yes, it is. Yay, 17. Ah, nature's thermometers.
Yeah, so cool.
Hmm. So that was really lovely seeing the bees. Um, then had a really lovely walk and then came back. And as you're walking back past this old pub, I'll come to my jelly ears picture, please. Um, there's this old pub, which it's one of those things like, is it still running? Do people still go in? Like, I've never seen anyone go in or out. But it just looks like maybe it's a functioning pub or not. But the sign outside had these really lovely jelly ear fungus, like sprouting from the sign, like talking about like karaoke, pub quiz, like when to come in things, which is really cool. So it's just like this sign, and then just sprouting out the side were some lovely jelly ears. And it had rained recently, so it's like lovely and plump and like jiggly. So I gave him a tickle because I love tickling fungi. Mm. Did the jelly ear picture come up?
I don't see it yet.
No. Oh, I keep telling my crocuses it's nearly spring, but they refuse to come out of the pot. Daffodils on the ground are doing much better. Oh no. I've seen one bunch of crocuses so far, but yes.
Got loads in my garden right now.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Actually. But yeah, this is really cool seeing them just sprout out. There's no sign of like decay or anything. They just kind of like poof and just appeared. Um, I thought this was really cool because like on the high street in the town, there's like fungi. I love tickling fungi, Birdie. It's great, especially Jalia. Jalia, one of the top tickly fungi. I just got like, they are plump, plump and jiggly. Is on yeah. So this is the board outside the pub where it says like karaoke this night, pub quiz this night. Come in, we're open this time to that time. I can't remember what it said. I just wanted to look at the fungi. But yeah, so just like those like standard advertisement boards for the pubs. I had probably half a dozen or so, but there's a nice clump in the line, so I got a picture of them. Um, I thought it was very cool. And then on Sunday, uh, maybe they're going to funky karaoke. Oh, what song would a mushroom sing? There's got to be a good one there. Use cocktail garnish to be extra fancy. They are edible. People do. I think it's mainly in Asia. They're very big, very not very big. They're commonly eaten there. The jelly fungus. But yeah, what song would a mushroom sing at karaoke? I think there's got to be a really good pun somewhere. Someone come up with a good one. Anyway, what people think? On Sunday, the weather was pretty grim here. I think it's like 65-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. Why did the mushroom go to the pub karaoke? Because it was a fun guy. There we go. I like that one, Birdie. Oh, I do love me a pun. I love me puns. But on Sunday, very poor weather, but I went to an event that was hosted by the Snowdonia National Park, or Ododi National Park, and it was about finding and like the study of micrometeorites. So I'll go to my possible micrometeorite picture, please. Actually, so micrometeorites. I want to do a whole like section on this in hopefully a few weeks because I want to like try and find my own things. But there's a talk about like what they are, how you can possibly find them, and things like that. But if you look very carefully at the picture, just next to like the end of like the thin black line, there's like a spherical ball, whilst everything else is very angular. And that small spherical thing is the possible micrometeorite. So it's been collected and it'll be taken off to be chemically analyzed and looked under a better microscope to see if it is. It might be a micrometeorite. Very cool thing. So I think each year, 3,000 tons of space debris falls onto Earth, and a large proportion of that is in micrometeorites. So if you've seen a shooting star in the night sky, if it's like one that can like last for a second or two and then disappears, that is formed by these tiny dust grain sized bits of rock or metal. Is next to little. It's looking through a microscope view. So if you look at your finger and look at your fingerprint, and then the size of these small micrometeorite sized objects is about half the distance between each ridge of your fingerprint. Like they are teeny tiny, basically specks of dust, which you can only see that they're round under microscopes, things like this. But yeah, they're very common that they fall to Earth, and you can possibly find them because they just rain down everywhere. On best area is like flat roofs, about the size of the nudibranchs, yeah, about the same as that, like barely noticeable. You need a microscope to see them, kind of thing. But very cool science. So it was hosted by Sarah, someone from Swansea University, and the Avatar Meteor Branch. And she's one of the things you're looking at is micrometeorites, because these are tiny fragments of rock which lasted longer, like possibly longer than our entire planet. Like they've just been circling around the solar system for billions of years and land on Earth. So like little time capsules for wondering how early solar system forms, all this kind of things you can find out. So it's a very cool talk. So hopefully I'll go looking for some and try and show that process and then do a bit more in-depth talk about them. But it was a very cool talk. And I also got to see some other cool space rocks. So I'll show my space rocks image. A bit soil and sand stuff. Yeah, so these were taken from, where are these taken from? She had a sample. So the person who did the talk, Sarah, I think it was her dad-in-law, was cleaning out his gutters, and then she asked, "Can I have all the gunk you clean out from your gutters?" Because it's actually quite a good place to find them. So you want somewhere which is not washed away too regularly, so where like dirt and things accumulate, is a good place that you could find them, micrometeorites, because it just allows time for them to accumulate. So like flat roofs, gutters, even like the sides of roads which don't get too like washed out, like it's quite slow flowing water and things. It sounds like an excellent in-law. A good place to look for them. But yes, I wanted to talk about them more in depth soon. But it is some cool space rocks which are from, I can't remember which museum it's from, but they're taken from, I think it's like the National Wales Museum or something like that. There's some cool space rocks. So the bottom, I'll start top left. So that long black one, that's called a tektite. So these are formed not from a meteor itself or meteorite as it's landed, but when large meteorite hits the ground, it has a huge amount of energy, and that flings up some debris really high. So that could be like tens of kilometers up into the atmosphere. Like if it's a really big meteor, it can just like fling them out into space. But these tektites are bits of the ground. So it's probably sand, this particular bit, which got flung up, like superheated right into the atmosphere, and then cooled down and then fell back down as a rock. So it's not like from space itself, but it's been caused by an impact like that. That's called a tektite. Then the one in the top right, it's like the round, darker one. That one is a chondrite. So that's like a stony meteorite. So lots of meteorites contain lots of metal. But if they're more stony, then we call them chondrites. But there's like a very big blurry gap in the middle. Like there's not just like just stone and then ones that are just metal. There's a huge amount of crossover and things. So if they're more stony, we call them chondrites. And then bottom left, so that kind of grey, silvery, shiny one, that's an iron meteorite. So that's one which is high percentage iron and metals. So it's like very strong and magnetic. And that particular one, that particular rock, is about 4.6 billion years old. So that's older than planet Earth itself, which is about 4.5 billion years old. So that's just been floating around in space for billions and billions of years, waiting for our planet to form, and then landed. Yeah, so that's probably the oldest thing I'll ever touch, which is a bit of an insane thing to experience. But very cool. And then that bottom right one's the like thin slice inside the case. That's a slice through an iron meteorite. Just these very cool textures and patterns formed by the kind of characteristic intense heating and cooling of being in space. So very characteristic of meteorites. But that was a really cool event. So it's part of Dark Sky Week here in Wales, National Dark Sky Week, which I think started, I think it was last Saturday, running over this week until this Saturday. And this Saturday, excitingly, I'm going on a nighttime UV walk over on Anglesey. So looking at like bits of wildlife that biofluorescence, like glow under UV and things. So hopefully I'll come back next week. There's some exciting glowy things. First remind you of lightning glass. When lightning hits sand, it clumps into clumps. It's basically the same thing. It's like sand which has been superheated. So instead of by lightning, this was by just the energy of a meteorite impact and then gets flung up into space. It's crazy. You can get like meteorites which are from Mars. So you have a meteorite that hits into Mars so hard it flings some of the Martian debris out into space, and then it ends up landing on Earth. And you can find those things here. Like it's crazy things you can find. He's tried that at work.
Lands with a caramel center.
Celestial caramel egg. But yeah, those are my highlights. And then what I want to talk about more today. The UV walk, yes. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. They're very popular. They had about 5 of the different events, and they've all been fully booked really quickly. So they'd be very popular. I imagine they'd be very good. I think they're doing it with. There's someone I think is like Revealing Nature or something like that. As a organization who does like UV walks. Meteorites from Mars, women from Venus. Something like that, yeah. But the thing I want to talk about today was something I've thought I knew about, but I didn't. So summer trees hanging onto their leaves in winter. I was walking around on Saturday with my partner, came across a beech tree in the woodlands, and he's like, "Oh, why's that one got its leaves still on?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I think like some of them just like hang on them for a bit longer, but I didn't really know why. I thought maybe just because it's not that windy here, because it's like right in the middle of a big clump of other trees." And then went away, and then came across, I think it was a video online. I think it was an Instagram video by Get Wild, I think they were called, about why trees actually keep their leaves. So this is something called Marcescence. So that's what I want to talk about today. So I'll go into my first picture, which isn't very good. I saw you'd like that one, that video, Barnacle. So like, oh, this would be good. But yes, this isn't a great picture, but you can see some of the leaves of the birch, not birch, the beech, and that little fence line had stayed. But I'll go on to my second picture because that's a bit easier to actually see the leaves. But yes, this is something called Marcescence. So most deciduous trees lose their leaves during winter, but some don't. So in the UK, we have beech, hornbeam, oak, and some willows that actually hang on to their leaves until the spring. So in the spring, when new leaves form, you have a layer of scales called the abscission layer. And this is between the petiole, so like the stem of the leaf, and the branch it comes from. And this is a layer of cells which are able to just completely like separate when they're dehydrated. And for marcescent trees, so the trees that hang onto their leaves, this layer is incomplete. So when autumn comes, the rest of the leaves all completely separate from the stem. These ones actually stay on. So trees that undergo marcescence are sometimes called everciduous because they're like evergreen because they keep their leaves, but then deciduous because they kind of kill them off as such. But marcescence is more the common word. And the word comes from the Latin marcescere, or to fade. So it's quite nice. Um, and we don't really know why trees do this. There's no certain reason, but there are quite a few theories. So one of them is so they're protecting the new buds. So the leaves are formed right next to the new buds for the next spring. And these dead leaves could be there to try and protect them from several threats. So one of the more accepted theories and common theories is that it protects them from grazing animals, so mainly deer, or you could have rabbits and other things. So only the bottom layer, like the meter or two of the tree, or like the juvenile stage of the tree, actually hangs onto its leaves. So these would be the ones which are vulnerable to um, vulnerable to getting grazed by these animals. So having the dead leaves there makes it less palatable. There's no nutrients, so they just don't want to eat the leaves, so they wouldn't eat the new buds as well. Yes, yeah, Barker, you're right with frost. So it could also be from frost. So just providing that bit of extra insulation from the cold and the weather could help with that. So you can see the picture which I have here. That's like the bottom section of the oak tree, which I saw today. So I was like very happy to get a picture of that today. Um, that keeps their leaves, whilst the older parts tend not to. But it's not like a perfect thing. It's not all young oak trees and beech trees and things will keep on their leaves. It seems to vary a little bit, but it seems to be quite. There seems to be quite much of a pattern. That is the more juvenile sections, so ones which won't produce any fruit in the summer. So in spring, when growing is hardest and most vulnerable, these leaves that drop later in the season, so just before the tree starts growing again, it could provide fresh nutrients that the other trees around it just won't have. So this could be another reason why they hang on to their leaves. It suggested that such variations can significantly impact their success in harsh conditions. So I think there was some studies which showed dropping your leaves much later gives you a much bigger nutrient boost, so you might fare well in the early spring. Being on the tree allows the leaves to be broken down more by light, by photodegradation. So some marcescent leaves don't decompose as well as others. So just staying on the tree means the light can break it down for even longer. So when it does reach the ground, it can be decomposed faster. Another theory says it might hold on to snow in the winter months, which provides more water in the spring when it all melts. And then, as Mark was saying, like just protecting from like water and temperature stress, just things like that. But I thought this was very cool because I didn't really know why they did this, but now that I know about it, I'm seeing it everywhere. So beech hedges are a very common thing to see around the place. So they'll just hang on to their leaves, and then oak trees as well, like in like parks and things. Like you see the nice bottom layer of the leaves, but the top ones won't. Um, Yeah, holding on to stay was an interesting one. I didn't think it would provide that much extra water, but these were theories, so plenty of scope for study. Um, but I thought because it is my focus, the beech tree, so that's one that does keep its leaves, it's marcescent. The average age is 300 years, but what is the maximum age from tree ringing? But yeah, what's the maximum age that we know of from tree rings? Because you got to get the ring in there.
Since
Um,
it's not an accurate way of saying how old a tree is.
yeah,
uh,
the average
some
age of
some rings are
300.
so small you can't actually see them.
Yeah, there's quite a big uncertainty in this one. So
Yeah,
it's like plus or minus a lot. So, what do you think the maximum age from tree ringing is
for a
for a beech
beech.
tree? From what I could find.
Hmm.
Any ideas from anyone?
I'm gonna say 750.
Yeah.
750 years.
No. Yeah, tree ring. I was very happy to come up with my tree ring. You
Nathan's waiting
waiting
on
for
Barnacle.
Oh, Nathan, you go first this time.
I think you should go first, Nathan. Yeah, I agree with Nick. So Barnacle can then make the decision whether to go one day higher or one day lower.
It's to the day as well. 500.
Fine, 500 says Nathan. Okay, are you gonna go 499?
You knew it, says Barnacle.
It's
500 and one
906
day.
days.
Oh, that's funny.
1500
Um,
from Burger Chris.
a nice range. Um,
It's really
so
difficult
from
to
what I
tell with trees. It's really difficult to tell with
yeah,
trees.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very dependent on the tree. So birch tree, for example, are quite young. Pookie's agreed with me. Pookie's gone 750. Uh,
Mm,
birch trees are quite young normally in comparison to something like a yew or an oak.
mm.
Crab apples are the same. They normally don't live for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, there's a lot
When
of
you think about
variation.
trees as a whole,
Mm.
uh,
Oh, Birdie, we're guessing what the maximum age from tree ringing is for a beech tree.
so what's the oldest beech tree
Mm.
basically? So yeah, so
You may have gone a bit low.
yeah, I find it challenging because it's the same with sycamore. You sit there and go, sycamore, they're massive trees. They must live forever, but they don't
Yeah.
really. Birdie's gone 823.
Ooh.
You know, so it
Yeah.
gets really challenging when you think about it. You know, it's
Mm. Yeah, trees are harder things to go. It's like, how old can you be? I think the oak, what I heard today, which was nice, is that it takes 300 years to grow, 300 years living, and then dies for
yeah,
300
it
years,
dies for 300 years. Yeah, so it's yeah,
which I thought was a nice
yeah.
number.
So an ancient oak's anything over 400.
Mm.
You've got so it's 0 to 200. I think is like is a tree, and then 200 to 400 is classified as a veteran, and then
Yeah.
400 plus is ancient. So,
Uh,
and do you know that the UK's got more ancient oaks in it than all of Europe combined?
Take that, the EU.
Yeah.
Brexit. Yeah. Keep our trees. Anyway, Nathan measuring the age of a leaf. Keep it civil, Barnacle. Do you know veterans are a title?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
think it's nice having like veterans and ancients.
so it's basically a young tree, and then you've got veteran, and then you've got ancient, and that's for all tree species. Like they all have the same thing, but those age groups are different dependent on the tree type.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like I say,
As I stated.
like birch trees don't live to 400. So
Hmm.
normally,
Yeah. As I stated last week, Ireland has no trees. Oh, this one wasn't from Ireland. sadly.
Go
Yes,
on then.
the
Poop.
oldest beech tree, from what I could find, for an average age of 300, is 1002 plus or minus 200. Yes, there's quite a bit of uncertainty. So between 800 and 1200, but around 1,000 years old
So
in
Birdie's the
France.
closest. Because Birdie said 823.
Yes. Oh no, Barkle did say 906 days.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Barkle. Nathan, that's closest, right? Congratulations, Nathan. You did get the correct age of closest aged for the leaf. Well done.
Wow, a follower goal has just been met. Deansdale, thank you
Um,
so much for our follow.
50 followers!
We've made it to 50.
Woo!
Party time.
Hooray! We made it. Who followed us?
Oh,
Deansdale.
it's Deansdale. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Party parrot,
Party
party parrot,
Parrot.
party parrot. Yeah. We are trees now.
We are trees.
We're no
Yeah.
longer saplings.
Together we become a forest. Thank you, Deansdale.
Yes, thank you. And thank you
Thank you,
to everybody
everyone.
who's followed us. Cool. We've
We've
got to
made
think
it.
what our next one is. What number we put on next?
I think it makes sense to go for 100.
100. Yeah, 100's the next one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's amazing. A
Thank you so much,
million says
everyone.
Barnacle. A million followers would be
Aim for
like
the stars.
out of this world. Are we also looking at Discord World of Encounters a stream? I think we are.
We should.
We
Oh my
should
gosh, it's
definitely do it.
9:15. What?
Yeah.
Let's look
We
at some Discord encounters.
let's do it now. Let's do it now. We might have to
Yes.
skip everything else.
We could talk about the news quickly. We could talk about next week.
Oh,
Next week.
we've got two really good ones, but they'll take a while for us to get through.
Yeah.
So we'll hold on to them for next week.
Welcome to our 24-hour celebration of 50 follower live stream. Yay!
Cool. Right. Can we please get up the Wildlife Encounters channel? And we're going back to the 21st. Which is a couple
24
of days
hours in the
after our
news.
last stream.
Yeah, the next 23 and a half hours are all spent on news stories. That's what you want, right?
There we go. You got a picture from Pooks with 4 coots in it. Is the first one. There it is. That one there. Yeah.
What a week it's been of encounters.
I know news today, my love has gone away. 24 hours in the news stream, says Nathan. You might want to recenter the image, Thistle, just so it's in the middle. That's it. Yeah, it's better.
The coots are drifting by the stream.
Yeah, they are. So we've got a lovely picture of coots here from Pookie. And the next image is of a middle spotted woodpecker. I still want to see middle spotted woodpeckers. I'm going to have to come over to the Netherlands to try and spot some of these.
Lovely.
Yeah. There's a second image as well of this. I'm assuming it's the same bird. That's a lovely shot.
So pretty.
And we're onto a nice rose-ringed parakeet tail. Looks like it's going into a nesting hole.
Oh, it's stuck somewhere, sadly.
Then we got toad or frog eyes. Look at the little eyes. I know.
It's so cute. Sitting in a
And
pond.
then we've got peregrine falcon on a church.
Oh,
Look at that.
that's really nice.
Gorgeous. Moving on to Nathan's images. And we've got brent geese.
Lovely sunny.
And we got a herring gull. This is the first winter herring gull. So it'll lose most of that speckling over the summer. And it should get its grey wings over the summer as well. And then some lovely dunlings. And it's got some lunch. Looks like it's got a little place.
Taking it for a ride. Whip fishy. I can show you the world.
Now, the next one's also from Nathan, and this makes me exceedingly jealous.
I have some lovely dunlin.
This is a phenomenal bird to see.
And phenomenal images of this bird as well.
Yes, very much so.
Amazing pictures.
I'm assuming is this with your old lens as well, Nathan? Or is this with your nice new lens?
God, that's with the old one as well. Nathan can't be stopped.
No. The next one.
We're going for the glossy ibis now.
Yeah, we're waiting for the glossy ibis to pop up on screen. The dunlins are cool. There it is.
Oh, the colours.
It's just stunning. I'm quite excited about the Dunlin barnacle, but not as much as a glossy ibis. Yeah, it was the old lens. Cool.
It's just a dunlin.
It's not just a Dunlin. I love Dunlin. I think they're great little birds, but
No,
I have never seen a glossy ibis. That's all I'm going to say.
Yet.
There was somebody, I was reading an article, it must have been last year or the year before, where somebody had glossy ibis nesting in their garden.
Oh my gosh, what? Not bad. Birdicris isn't impressed. It's just a glossy ibis. You probably have like a dozen of them at Frampton, don't you? Just sitting in the visitor centre welcoming people in. Yoga pose. There was one here the other year. Oh, that's cool, barnacle.
So the next image is from Chris, making me exceedingly jealous and make me want to race off back to Frampton once more.
Weekly Frampton call.
You crawled through a bush for those photos. Wow.
Was it worth it?
It's worth it. It was definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it.
These are male and female scaup. First UK nesting attempt. Is that for the scaup, Chris? Or is that for the glossy ibis that I was talking about? Spider warning, here we go.
Oh, for the ibis. Oh, wow. Spooder warning. For non-spooder fans.
Yeah. For non-spooder fans. If you don't like spiders, the next image is a close-up. There it is.
There you go. Spider is gone. Spooder warning over.
Yeah.
Alarms down.
Waders swooshing along the shore with bonus hooded crows. This is from Barnacle. Look at that.
I love just the murmurations. Just the look of a big flock of birds flying is so cool.
I just love the changing colours as well. The way the light changes on like the different parts of the body.
They just like completely disappear if it's dark, and then they will just reappear with the like pale bellies and like a shimmer, and so cool.
Cool. Nathan's got another lifer. Nathan, you've had lots of lifers this week. And you say you're about to try and get, was it 25 more?
As you do.
Cool, we move on to the images now. You feel like a Pokemon trainer, gotta catch 'em all.
Oh no, he's addicted.
Yeah. This is a black grouse, again, a bird I've never seen. absolutely stunning. It's the red patch above the eye. I just think is amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, I went on this trip, which Nathan went on last year, and
That's a nice brambling.
such a cool experience. Just seeing black grouse. It's amazing
Yeah.
experience.
There's a video there as well. Can we get the video up?
This poor black grouse tackling the wind.
Oh, look at that.
Hence the wind.
What a bird.
How close were they to you there, Nathan? So last year when I was there, they never got within like 70 meters or so. They're pretty far away, but
This
they're
is a
amazing
young
experience.
male roe deer. Its antlers starting to come through now. I love how I don't know if you've ever felt a stag's antlers, but they feel like velvet before they start knocking off
Oh,
the
wow.
outer coating once they're fully grown. They feel like velvet. It's amazing. Do not recommend going up and stroking them unless they're in a controlled environment. I will say that now. I was very lucky as a child. Just outside Cooper, sorry, in Fife, there is the deer conservatory, uh,
Oh, wow.
and we could go there and literally they would bring them up to you on a lead, and you could stroke the antlers and things. It was phenomenal. It's a beautiful song thrush singing away.
How sweet summer childhood is to be young and everything is new.
Yeah.
Further,
Scottish Deer
further.
Centre, a nice place. It is, Birder Chris. I used to love going there. It's where I used to do hawking as well, where you could like hold hawks and stuff on your arm and stuff, which was really cool.
Oh, wow. On a cyclist spoon before they started lecking coffee. No. Your shutter speed was 15 and you don't have a tripod.
Your shutter speed was 15.
Steady hands, I gotta say, that's very
Yeah.
impressive.
There's some rooks.
I love the grey bills of the rooks.
Yeah. Do you know what that? Did you know what causes that? To make them
No?
different from carrion crows. So it's because they don't have feathers on at the end of their beak.
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually the skin that you're seeing.
I wonder why. Yeah, why did they have that? Very cool.
Yeah, there's some mute swans.
Lovely arches of the wings. I like that.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of swans flying at the moment.
Yeah.
Kestrel, still the better picture of any kestrel picture I've ever taken. I had another great view of a kestrel yesterday while I was in
Oh,
the
yeah.
van at work, and of course I don't have my camera with me.
Oh, I just remember the last time you had your camera and then you didn't have the card in
I
it.
didn't have the card, yeah.
Oh,
It would be similar reason why
so
vultures have
painful.
naked heads so their feathers don't get covered in carrion. That could be barnacle. Look at that tawny owl image.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow.
It certainly could be, but then that doesn't. You
Juices.
could argue that doesn't equate to what like the carrion crow and the raven and hooded crows and stuff because they eat very similar. They have identical diets, really.
Hmm.
This is a pair last year. They had little ones, and you could see into the nest. Oh, cool!
Oh, that's really cool. Better evolved carrion crow. Or they're just messier eaters.
Yeah, they
Carrion
could just
rooks.
be messier eaters. To be fair, it probably allows them to poke their beak further in
Hmm.
to get to the good stuff early. Because obviously
Longer
they're wanting
straw.
to. Yeah, they want to get to the internal organs fast, don't they? So that's what that probably allows them to do. That's a complete guess. Next image, please. That Tony Owl image is amazing, though.
They'd probably be a really good operation, wouldn't they, actually? They have, like, long bills.
Can you see the
Rooks.
green woodpecker? Can you see it?
Blends in with the green tree.
It does. Google says, Barnacle, the long dagger-shaped bill was perfect for digging for leather jackets and other soil invertebrates. By
Oh.
doing away with feathers, the rook could Keep its face much cleaner and probe that bit deeper. There you go, you see? Awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Michael.
And a nice oyster catcher to finish off that group. And got some beautiful goosander. That's a great shot.
What a hairdo.
Bad hair days is thistle.
Yeah. Yeah, the one who's like looking out of the wind, just like the whole back's like completely flat. Pat's Google.
Yeah, there's two females there. And we've got a male. That lovely green head.
Oh, lovely cormorants.
Cormorants. And then Nick pics of an Andy bird.
Oh, 2 in 1. I just love how we each have a. What's like a? Is a cat picture gonna be like a really good picture or something? Andy picks blurring behind a stick, and then mine's just like a black dot in the middle of nothing.
Yeah, those last two images were of a skylark. And then something I've only seen once before, a bat during the day, says Pooks. Most likely a common pipistrelle. I had this experience last year as well, in a woodland. Midday,
Oh, wow.
bat just flying around my head. It was
Wow.
crazy. And I could only think the only reason for it is that they're just starving, and they're out hunting.
Yeah. It's not even like a overcast day kind of thing. It's like bright sunshine. Yeah, I've only ever seen them. I mean, like just a bit outside of dusk, like the day side of dusk, which is a bit surprising,
Yeah.
but never noon, like right in the middle of the day.
Another lifer for Nathan. This is a black redstart which turned up on his university building.
Was this on main arts, Nathan? Was
This is
I
amazing.
like a few hundred meters away? This is very cool.
Yeah,
Great picture as well.
and Birdie went looking
Oh,
for a black redstart, but
oh
that
no!
was his challenge. That was his challenge from last stream, was
How
to get a
dare you,
black
says Birdie.
redstart.
Nathan stealing the bird, stealing the age guessing game. Oh, can't be stopped this week.
This makes me very jealous. Also, again, I've never seen a black redstart. Absolutely stunning little bird.
Loved it. I haven't seen
Vicky
a
didn't go for one.
common
Birdie
redstart.
unfollows. Oh no, don't do it, Birdie.
No,
We
you
only just hit
unaffiliated.
50. I was looking for Iceland Girl reported at the docks at the time. Walked back empty-handed to see a black redstart.
Oh, not bad. That's very cool.
Yeah, amazing.
Gold dropping its lunch. It just looks surprised. That's what I love about this picture.
It's the
It's like,
girl
oh my
to the right.
god.
It's the girl to the right going, "What are you doing?"
That's meant to go in your mouth.
And then a Nopper gall wasp. Andricus. I'm not even going to attempt to
Quercus
pronounce.
scalacis? Is that it? Amazing by knowing your name.
That's such a cool picture as well, though.
Noppagal wasp. Great name. I saw a gull swallow a starfish sideways along Belfast Loch once. It was like a cartoon gull. A gook.
And then more from Pookie. So we've got a lovely little song thrush. And a great shot of great spotted woodpecker. Look at that.
I love in the video
Little
of the
robin.
robin. I love the way like the feathers almost like pulsate as it's saying like this different like waves of moving the feathers is really beautiful. Just a robin, says Bertie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that a
Quercus
leucistic robin? Ooh, that's a good point, Barnacle. It is quite white on the back, isn't it?
Yeah, like a bit on the head as well.
Hey.
Hmm. Nathan Quercus calicus.
It
Oh,
is, says Pookie. That's lovely. And a
calicus
little
calicus.
long-tailed tit. Look at that.
Oh, what a cute photo. So cute.
Killy wally wee friend. Yeah.
Ooh, wally.
Dunnock. A nice video of a Dunnock singing as well, I believe.
Dawn chorus starting again.
Oh, that's soon. That's soon.
It's already happening, I feel like. It's definitely the beginnings of
Yeah.
it. Mornings are a lot louder now.
We're gonna have to do our Dawn Chorus stream again. I loved that last year.
That was great. I like
We,
that
we
a
need
lot.
we need to do that. No, I'm going to get up and start the stream for Dawn Chorus. But
Bird feeder camera Dawn chorus.
did some song recordings. You did, Pookie. I think I'm going to do the same again. This is a Stone Chat doing a dive.
Twanged off the twang. I love how it sounds like it's
Then we got a lapwing territory dispute or some mating behavior. Oh no, that's definitely a territory dispute. Look at that.
Oh,
This
the
is
swooping
mine.
as
This is
well.
mine. Yeah.
That's really cool. Oh yeah, lapwing mate. Huh.
I'm with you, Barnacle. I think the lapwing call's so cool. It sounds so otherworldly, doesn't it?
Yeah, really like electronic-y or
Yeah.
sci-fi.
You know what
Really
it
cool.
really reminds me of is when you've got a pond or a lake that is frozen
Oh,
and you
like,
skim a stone on it. It goes poing, 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 poing. It's just so cool.
lapwing's just a frozen lake
That's a
impersonator.
great shot of a J, by the way.
Love lapwing calls, but so annoying getting dive bombed by them.
And then
There's a lovely Joe.
woodlark. I was going to try and spot some woodlark this weekend. And you've beaten me to it, Pookie.
Who's being everyone?
See if I can get some tree pipits, though. We haven't got a tree pipit yet. So that's a curlew. Then we've got a yellow hammer. Again, I was going to go looking for them this weekend, but you've beaten me to it. Oh, look at that. That's lovely.
The sound of it.
You've got tree
Just
pipits near. That's oh, you got. Well, you should go for them, Pookie.
wow,
Definitely try.
that'll be cool.
Yellowhammer's a bucket lister bird for me this year. Oh, cool.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, you're going to try and get water pipit. That'd be immense. I've never seen a water pipit either. That
Oh,
that was a fox moth caterpillar there as well. We've now got common frog.
fox moth. It's a very regal picture of that frog. For
It
the lighting,
is.
it's a very good picture.
This is a little grebe.
So little. Frog.
And a common frog again.
Dirty looking toad.
Giving Prince vibes.
But yeah, if
And
any
there's a
frog
common
was a
toad.
prince, it would be that one. Staring into the sun.
And then the next image is our first butterfly of the year. It's a brimstone.
Oh, I'm excited to see butterfly. Very cool. Heron in a tree.
Heron in a
Tree heron.
tree.
Tree heron.
And then a moth.
A moth. Fence moth.
Tortricodus alternila. It's not shop
Beautiful moth.
moth.
Not quite, unless it was near a shop or just been to the shops. But who knows? We'll never know.
And we've got some lovely images from Birdie. We've got a beautiful herring gull.
Yeah, only got out on Sunday. Went looking for a reported black redstart, but no luck. Must have flown over to North Wales.
Little turnstone.
I love what was it, the stone chat as well. Just like birds jumping off things but not using their wings.
A little rock pipit. One of Andy's favourites. Yeah, I do
Aw.
love a rock pipit. Had a giant spider, but whatever, in work today. But as I work at a school, I couldn't get my phone out for a photo. The kids were all making a fuss, so I had to pretend I wasn't scared. Unfortunately, we can't add it. And then we've got a mantis shrimp found in a coral bed sample taken from Palmyra Atoll. Don't
Wow.
include in species list as was dead from a grab sample from years ago. That's such a shame. Look at that though. That is so cool.
Amazing picture.
Yeah.
I was thinking like of a fun quiz idea of just trying to pronounce really long Latin names of wildlife. Oh, that'd be quite
Te-
fun.
okay, I'm gonna try it. Tegenaria gigantea. There you go.
Just like that. There's got to be some like absolutely awful ones out there.
Yeah. There we go though, folks. That's it. We're through everything. It's we've been online for over 2 hours. My targets for Sunday, lifers
Oh
and
my
year
god.
list. Okay, so canvasback, red crested pochard, Ferengus duck, smew, long-tailed duck, lesser scaup, Slovenian grebe, black-neck grebe, black-throated diver, bittern, great grey shrike, little ringed plover, spoonbill, little owl, nightingale, red-legged partridge, Caspian gull, yellow-legged gull, Buick swan, ring-necked ducks, water pipit, avocet, corn bunting, black tern, and bearded reedling. Wow.
Oh, black tern. I'd love to see them. Along with the other like 24 things you mentioned as well. Um, good luck.
Yeah,
That's a
good
good
good luck
list
with
for
that.
Sunday.
Even if you get only one or two of them, that'll be an amazing day.
Yeah. You may have that on Sunday.
Absolutely amazing day.
The other was like, I saw a pigeon today.
I saw a pigeon today.
Canvasback
Right.
magazine. Ooh, best of luck, Nathan. Canvasback, pretty cool. 13th in the UK. Wow. Wow. I saw some rockers and then they flew away. Oh. At least you saw them, Barnacle. Should we do news? We've already gone over 2 hours, I feel like. The main news we're going to talk about might take a while as well, so it might.
Yeah, no, I think we hold off. I think we hold off.
Yeah.
We can do it next week. We we,
I
we
can remember
leave
some
we
headlines I've seen, but yeah.
yeah, we leave on a high, I think. We've reached 50
Yeah,
followers.
that's true. I will not read out the headlines. Yeah, I'm not going to read out. They're far too depressing. Yay. You don't expect to get much out this week, much. Maybe a walk on Saturday to kick off a month-long charity challenge. So I'll take my camera. Ooh,
Nice.
good luck with the challenge.
Is that on Twitch? Is it, Birdie? Are you doing your RSPB building up again, or is it for a different charity this time? That'd be cool to know.
Hmm. Ooh, WWF.
Ooh, WF. Oh, nice.
100
100
miles in
miles in
March.
March.
Oh, best of luck with that.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
If Sunday is successful, expect a lot of photos. If you see no photos, it went terribly wrong.
Oh no. Yeah, if there's no pictures from Nathan on Sunday morning, let's just send him all kind of hugs and hearts. Say it's okay, Nathan.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about this 100 miles in March, Birdie. Can I post a link to this? Of course you can.
Mm.
Please put it in our general chat.
If you're not part of the Discord, bam.
Yeah, go find out. That's 1 week of walks, says Pookie. Well, you've already done 65k in the last 2 days.
This is a daily challenge for Pookie. 100 miles a day.
Amazing. If you
What a
can't
stream.
get the link on, you should be able to put links and stuff on, Birdie. If you can't, just let me know and I'll you can share it with me and I'll post it in the chat. There it is. That's come through. Brilliant. Please go and support Birdie. Every penny counts to help us stop the decline in nature and support some fantastic species worldwide, which would be brilliant. Wrong room moved it. Yeah, please do go support him. I think it'd be amazing. Have you got a target that you want to hit, Birdie, or is it just see what you can get? If I could walk 100 miles, I would walk 100 more. Just be them walked 100 miles to help those lions continue to roar. That's really good, Birdie Chris. Birdie, you've got to take that. You've got to take it. I'll probably cycle most of it, using it as motivation to get back on the bike. Nice.
That'd be cool. So many song references tonight.
Yeah, it's been great.
Oh, we need a karaoke stream. Oh my gosh.
No,
100.
no. Nobody wants to hear me
It's a
sing.
karaoke stream, but it's only wildlife themed songs.
Someone will have to write them for me. Barnacle's up for it. I have targets of 150 and 250 pounds, but anything is good. Cool. Well, let's see if we can get you to that 250 mark. Karaoke and 100 followers. Ooh.
Karaoke stream is just Andy.
Karaoke streams. Thanks,
I just sit
Nathan.
here and observe. I'm like, more.
Crack the tunes with the circle of life.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of wildlife theme songs.
Disney
happen.
Princess is returning.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, it's like a Disney theme round. Oh. When we have like this 24-hour stream, many of those will be karaoke.
No.
Blackbird, yeah. Put your ideas in the Discord, everyone.
Right, folks, thank you so much for tonight. It's been amazing. Really appreciate all the support. Please do go give Birdie your love as well and support for his 100 miles for wildlife. That'd be amazing for the WWF. We'll be back on Friday.
Yes.
For more Planet Crafter. We will reach breathable atmosphere.
Yeah. Big milestone there as well, actually. So a lot happening this week.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Really looking forward to that.
You got like teleporters and loads of big things happening. So
I'm ignoring that. I'm ignoring that last Nathan comment. I'm not reading it.
Nathan Macro says 24 hours of Andy karaoke. Oh, brilliant title.
No.
Brilliant.
It'll probably happen at some point. But tries to pin comments.
Can you do that?
You can't. We can't. We can pin comments. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I'm just gonna pin them. There we go. Just in case you'll miss that. Anyway,
just what we wanted.
Cancel my stream to watch.
Brilliant. Right. Anyway.
Anyway,
let's move on. Let's move on quickly before it actually happens. Yeah, so we'll be back on Friday for more Planet Crafter, and the three of us will be back next Wednesday for more wildlife encounters and news. Hopefully we'll get the news in next week.
Hopefully.
And in a couple of weeks, raise money for RSPB or watch Andy sing. Easy choice. Oh, no.
Fundraising is a threat.
Cool. Please keep your wildlife encounters coming in. Maybe news postponed to the week after if there's 100+ images from you. That's true, Nathan. It's true.
Remember your SD card, your spare batteries, everything, Nathan.
Yes, remember all that stuff. Don't pull an Andy, okay? Don't pull what I did and go on a walk and forget to take your SD card with you.
The saddest Andy pick is no pick at all.
Yes. Yes. Nathan's special at this shit. We could do. Also known as pulling a birdie. Have you done the same thing, birdie?
Oh
There you go.
no. 3 fully charged batteries and 2 SD cards. You're all set.
Yeah, indeed. Right, we are going to go and raid California Burbs.
Yeah.
Please show them some love as well. Fantastic wildlife cams. Looking at some beautiful American birds. Just great to see. I got back in my car and Googled the nearest Tesco. 100
Oh.
Andy picks, please. We can guess the birdie.
Oh no, Andy picks. No, Nathan, no. Can you purposefully make them Andy picks? Just for us. But yes,
You've
thank you
got to
everyone.
what you've got to do, but what you've got to do is you've got to put the Andy picks up first. Okay, then wait a day and then put up the real ones. Okay, that's what you've got to do,
Just to
Nathan.
fool us.
Amazing. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to disappear. We've reached our goal. We're going to have to set a new goal now. I think the three of us are going to go away and have a quick conversation about it and see what happens. And then we will see you on Friday, hopefully with a new goal and some amazing stuff. I'm going to hit start raid. Max Zoom,
Thank
no
you so
tripod.
much. Thank you so much, everyone. Great stream tonight. Lots of fun. Hope everyone
Been
has a wonderful
phenomenal.
week. If you don't see you on Friday, if you have to see you on Friday, have a lovely few days.
Yeah,
Hope
get
you see some
yourselves out in.
wonderful wildlife.
Yeah, get yourselves out in nature. Even if you're just stood under a tree or in the middle of a field or whatever, just love it. Thanks, Birdie. We will see you all again soon.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.